These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
All right, we can move on from the best duo talk. We can talk about the.
I got next.
Okay, you got next. Go ahead.
All right. So the Celtics played very poorly towards the end of this road trip. There's no doubt about it, right? The thing that I think everybody's forgetting about is Al Horford didn't play. And that's a really important piece to have, despite him not being the MVP candidate on the team or the All-NBA level player on the team. He's the real only center they've had play this season. Cornette is fine in his bench role.
Finish the Lakers game with Cornette. We'll put it.
Yeah, you're finishing the Lakers game with Cornette. You played against the Warriors and let them get a bunch of offensive rebounds. Like you didn't rebound for shit in Saturday or Monday's game. Yeah. You didn't crack 40 rebounds in either game, and one of them you only had 31. I don't remember which one, but one of them, it was real bad. They need him there for multiple reasons. You need him to rebound. You need him to be able to shoot. You saw in that Lakers game yesterday, Blake Griffin being left alone, did not take the three. Good on him. Good on him. You don't have to take it every single time. But when Al Horford's there, teams can't do that. Jayson Tatum's driving to the paint and seeing five guys. That just doesn't happen if Al Horford's out there.
I mean, you can look at Anthony Davis's stat line for a reason why they need Al Horford. I
mean,
like Anthony Davis is an MVP, caliber player this year, but if Al Horford's there, you can't convince me he puts up 37 on the Celtics.
I'm not even done yet.
You miss him.
Keep going. Then you have them playing drop coverage against the Warriors and against the Clippers because Blake Griffin can't guard the perimeter. Al Horford can play the perimeter. Listen. He's not going to lock up Curry every single time, but he's good enough to where you can actually have him hedge up on the screen and play defense instead of just literally letting them go over and shoot. You're just letting them take wide open mid-range jump shots instead of guarding them. That's not going to win you basketball games against two of the best shooters on the planet. Come on now. If you have Horford, that's a different game. If they have Wiggins, it's a different game. So there's your little chess game, devil's advocate. But in all seriousness, they really miss him. He's so versatile. He's so good. I was writing about it today, and I need to finish it up after we're done here. But they really miss him. They missed him, and I think it kind of hurt him big time in these last three games, even though they won against the Lakers. And I kind of went off on Tim yesterday in the chat because he was like, "Well, to be fair, they don't have." This is when they're blowing the lead. To be fair, they don't have either of their big guys, and I'm like, Tim, I don't care. They were up 20. Like you got there without them. I don't care. It's different than the other games where they just never really were in the game. And it's like, okay, then you could be like, if you plug Horford in, maybe it's different. But like you showed you could be up 20 on the Lakers without either him or Rob. So just play.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, you can see the absence of Al Horford in the way the Celtics play. And to be at their best, they need him in the lineup. And even saying, if they have Rob back, it'll help. Even when Rob is in the lineup and Horford's out, you're still going to notice a difference. Everything Al brings is unlike anything else any of the Celtics big men on the roster, including Rob, can bring to the table. You need that defense. You need that presence down low. You need that shooting. I mean, shooting 46.6% from three this year on 4.4 attempts per game.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Like he's taking Al Horford is 6'11". He's taking 3 2-point shots a game this year. That's it. Which is crazy. And I know you can have your gripes with that.
In a perfect world, that's not what's happening, but you got to take the record with what it comes with.
He's averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per game on 54, 47, 65 shooting from not 65. What's his free throw percentage? 63, but he's only shooting half a free throw game. So he's not
I will say this is Horford is still playing inside just on the defensive end. He doesn't have to play inside on the offensive end. That's not what they want him to do.
Exactly.
But he can very much still play the big man role.
He has in the past. He's getting into the post. He's shooting those hook shots. Like when he does shoot a 2-point shot, it's going in. He's shooting 65% from 2-point land this season. Like he's a very efficient player, which is what you need from him at this point in his career. He doesn't
also
need to take
very
on a big
efficient.
Role.
That's why he's playing so well and he's so important to the Celtics.
He is, and that makes me question. Obviously, he can't bring what. Sorry, not to cut you off. Obviously, Cornette can't bring. Obviously, Cornette can't bring what Horford does on the defensive end in terms of his versatility. But like let him shoot some threes, man. Like, let him play what Horford does on offense. Like, it's not going to be perfect. And he was battling on the inside against the Lakers. He was helping get some offensive rebounds. You saw it against the Clips. You saw it against the Lakers. But, like, let him shoot some threes. He's not a great three-point shooter. He's not going to shoot 45% like Al, and even 45% is cutting Al short. He's shooting 47. But, like, even if Kornet can shoot like 36% from three, like, let him take 1 or 2 a game. Like, I think that floor spacing could really help open things up when Horford is out. And again, not going to bring you the defense. Just a thought. But like you've been saying, Horford
I kind of think there's no reason to force that, though. I don't think it's a horrible idea.
I don't think.
But I think he's playing so well in the role they're asking him to play, and he's shooting so efficiently, and he's so reliable under the basket. And like you said, he's been so good on the glass. I mean, he's getting put back tips like it's nothing.
I see what you're saying, but
move him out of there.
Because we're talking about how having Al Horford on the floor opens up the paint for Tatum. There's not a bunch of guys on him. Like we just said that in the Lakers game. Like they were getting to the paint and everyone's collapsing. Even having Kornet on the three-point line and just shooting 1 or 2 a game, like when he gets in there and he has the time and he gets the ball, like it'll at least have defenses pay attention to him on the three-point line a little. So it changes the way they play Tatum.
But it's also different, and they don't have 5 guys on Tatum when he drives when Kornet's on the floor because he's actually a threat to finish around the rim. Blake Griffin's standing out on the three-point line, but he's just not that reliable from out there. So that they can have that more leeway. If Kornet's underneath and it's the same with Rob, they still have to cover him. They can't just completely leave him. But if he was on the three-point line, you may actually see them leave him more until he starts.
Then let him shoot it. I think then let him shoot it. And I understand. I mean, getting back to where we were, and we can keep talking about this instead of Luke Kornet. Like, I understand you can't replace Al Horford, but I'm just saying, don't tell him he can't shoot. Let him shoot 1 or 2. Like, let him dip his feet into the
I am not opposed to him shooting, by the way, but I'm just saying that's why I think it works. And I'm really happy it's been working because it makes me feel better about
He's
Rob
good in the dunker
back.
spot. Like, Kornet's been great in the dunker spot. Like, you dish it to him off low. So I know what you're saying. I agree. But anyways, around to Al Horford, you can't replace him. You like, that's why a part of me is kind of worried for when his contract is up and he retires. Like I'm worried for the succession plan of Al Horford because they're gonna have to drastically change.
You got a couple more years. He signed an extension.
You're right. So we can. I
forgot that happened for a second. I was like, oh man, Jack's right. They're gonna have to pay him this summer.
2 more years on a very good contract. I was here saying he's gonna get 15 mil. 10 mil a year for 2 years is even at his age.
I'm happy to be right this time. Last time I thought he would take a pay cut and he left. This time I thought he would take a pay cut and he stayed and took the pay cut.
He did it. Shout out to him. And congratulations to Al Horford for having a kid as well.
Yes.
There you go.
Another one. I don't know how many it is. I was writing about it today and I didn't know what number it was, so I just wrote it in a way where I didn't have to mention the number.
I don't know either. That's the key.
I think it's 5.
Maybe. Wow, I didn't know it was that much, but
I don't know.
The personal reasons.
For some reason, I have like that's my gut is 5.
We were all not complaining, but confused when he went from health and safety to personal. But,
anytime I see personal, I just assume it's that.
Yeah. Now you do because we've had 3 in the last.
I always assume it's that.
Oh, well, I mean, the Celtics alone in the past however many months, Derek White, personal reasons in the playoffs, Luke Kornet, personal reasons pulled from the game, Horford, personal reasons.
The Kornet one was scary because they just pulled him off the bench. That one, I didn't think it was a kid. I was like, what the hell's going on with this guy? He's got like a hit on him or something. They're telling him to get out of the building. Like he's just running away from the bench.
Duck and cover Luke Kornet.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.